One type of consultation we get that's especially important is about structural issues in a house. In one consultation, we had a client in New England whose garage ceiling is sagging, and that in itself is a problem, but he also wanted to put a room upstairs above that. The roof is pitched quite steeply, and so there's plenty of room up there to frame in a little bonus room or something. Hi, I'm Ross James with Honest Carpenter Consulting. The problem is that in the middle of the garage ceiling is a girder, which is just a framing member where whatever the joists are, typically 2x8s, 2x10s, whatever, they are, you take 2 or 3 of them and you nail them together and they act as one and they basically become a beam. The problem was that the girder and in fact the joists are not deep enough. They're 2x6s and they should have been 2x8s or 2x10s. The strength of a framing member really grows as you make it taller. And so they should have been taller, but they're not. And so the thing is sagging like an inch or 2. And as you can see, there's no drywall on the ceiling, which is good because drywall would accentuate even more. So basically the girder is overspanned. The span of a girder or floor joist or beam is the distance in between the two ends of it. Wherever it comes off the column or the wall or the pier under your house or whatever, until it gets to the other one, that's the open span. And the problem is here is basically that girder is too long and the joists are too long for their height and the spacing in between them. They're 2 feet in between. So the idea is to either somehow make tear that out, put taller in, which is really expensive, or the easiest thing you can do is jack all that up until it's nice and flat again and in plane, and put a post under there, or even 2 posts. It depends on how much weight you're going to put up above. So what the homeowner had thought about, and in fact was right, was that the way to solve the problem is to cut down the span by putting a post or 2 in under the girder, and then put in new joists in between the old ones. So you're changing from 2 foot on center to only 12-inch on center. And now you've made the floor system a lot stronger, and it's ready to put the rest of the sheathing on across all of the joists in wherever you're going to do whatever the room space is going to be. That's where you would put the plywood up above, or OSB in this case. And then basically you're ready to, you frame some walls up and put some ceiling joists in across from rafter to rafter, and you're ready to drywall and wire it and so on, ready to go. So anyway, I think what he had in mind, basically, again, he was looking like a lot of our clients. He was looking for another opinion. And another important point is if there's something structural that you're worried about in your house, you can call us, but we'll typically recommend that if it's not something, this was basic framing, like we see in every house, and there are span charts in the code books that tell you how long a girder can be and how long the joist can be if they're spaced 12 inches in the center and so on. But if it's any more complicated than that, you definitely want to talk to a structural engineer, because they're the ones that can tell you. They can plug in the various numbers into their formulas and tell you exactly what you need to make sure that everything's safe. So that's something that you should definitely always consider in structural issues, is speaking with an engineer and consulting with them. So thanks for watching. Ross James, Honest Carpenter Consulting. Thanks a lot.